It's time for Money Monday. Do you know your credit score and why it's important? Perhaps you learned the hard way and now you need help cleaning up your credit. And for some expert advice, we are turning once again to Malika El-Bakal-Lees. She is the community manager for JP Morgan Chase here in Las Vegas. And Malika, we're going to go ahead and start with the basics here. So what is a credit score and how do you find it?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me back. So a credit score is a 3-digit number that's assigned to each and every consumer by all 3 credit agencies, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. It determines your ability as a consumer to pay back your debt as agreed and on time, which is a big component. For me, it is the key that opens the door to multiple opportunities. The easiest way to find it, annualcreditreport.com. You can go to fico.com, and my absolute favorite way is creditjourney.com. It's very simple and easy to get your credit score and report.
All right, so it ranges from 300 to 850 with some categories. What do those categories mean?
So it ranges from 350 to 300 rather to 850. Anything below 670 is considered the fair to poor. My inside joke with my clients is make sure to be part of the 700 club. Reason being, it allows you and it gives you opportunities where you would like to work, where you would like to live, access to credit, and being able to purchase assets. And the easiest way to keep track of it, again, by going to annualcreditreport.com or registering to creditjourney.com.
Okay, so it's really important because it really can increase or decrease your buying power for that matter. Let's go ahead and talk about what impacts your score. There are some high impacts here. We have them listed, some high impact credit factors that people need to pay attention to that really matter when it comes to your score.
Absolutely. One of the biggest ones, payment history. Creditors look back 90 days back on your payment history. Please do not miss a payment. You as a consumer have control over that. 35% of your credit score is your payment history.
Wow.
30% of your credit score is how much you owe. Simplest rule, if you have a line of credit of $1,000, try not to exceed $300 on it. Try to minimize anything that's negative on your credit score by keeping track of your bills. And I'm repeating myself, pay your bills on time. That is key.
Yeah, it's so important. You have to keep saying it. There's also some medium and low impacts to your credit score as well. Let's go ahead and show folks those. And what do they mean?
Credit age. This one, I am going to use my own example. I still own my first credit card that I opened in 2007. I use it periodically, but the fact that it has an amazing credit history, 35% of my credit score, I actually don't need it, don't use it. However, it does not have an annual fee, and I do not want to negatively impact my credit score by closing it down. Keep in mind that will affect it by 15%, which is a big number.
Right, and your total account. So someone who has 1 account versus someone who has 10, they can judge your credit better, right?
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Okay. How many credit you have, the mixture of credit. Do I have only credit cards or do I have a car loan, a home loan, student loan, credit card? How am I diversifying my portfolio when it comes to credit?
Okay, and then those hard inquiries, what are those?
Ooh, a home loan is a hard inquiry. Car loan is a hard inquiry. Credit card is considered a hard inquiry. However, if your credit score is in the 700s, generally speaking, you're already pre-selected and pre-approved. So check with your own financial institutions. What are the offers available to you out there? It does not hurt to ask.
All right, got to ask first. And then really quickly, because we're running out of time, I want to run these down really quickly. You say to control your credit score, you have to set up automatic payments so that you can basically set it and forget it. Pay more than the minimum payment as well. You say you can use credit wisely. What does that mean?
Meaning do not purchase things with credit cards just to purchase them and make yourself feel good. Use your credit to acquire assets. Do I need it or do I want it? So make sure to ask yourself that. It's going back to basic. Does it fit in my budget? Do I have the capability of paying this at the end of the month in full without having to pay the bank any interest? And the last thing that I really would like to point out, take control over your credit score and report. Go to annualcreditreport.com, register on creditjourney.com. You are in control of your credit destiny. And the last thing, Latoya, is your credit history does not need to be your future. If it was bad in the past, now is the time to take control over that.
I love that. There is hope out there. So what you have today, you don't have to have that tomorrow. Thank you so much, Malika, for joining us once again. And you heard her mention it several times because it's so important. You can actually get a free report every year. Go to annualcreditreport.com. You can access 3 a year from each of the reporting agencies. And we've got some more news and weather right after this break, so stick with us.